last night, of course, is the big talker this morning.
Hog fans waking up very happy this morning. Aaron Peters has been covering it live. He's done a great job. He hasn't been to sleep yet, I don't think. But, Aaron, that adrenaline has to be running high after a big win last night.
Well, actually, I'm working on a new invention. It's a coffee IV drip. So it just goes straight into my veins, and I just keep getting coffee, and we just keep talking about the Hogs. What do you think? Mike, you like it?
I do.
All right. Well, listen, one stat that pops out, if you look at the Arkansas stat sheet from last night, would be Texas's total yards. Let's bring in Mike Irwin, our senior Razorback analyst. 59 total yards for Texas. That is the fewest of any FBS team in any game all season this year. You got to take your hats off to Arkansas defensive coordinator Rob Smith and the performance by the Razorback defense really starting before the LSU game.
Well, you do, but the one thing you had to wonder about was that layoff. Would we still see the same defense that we'd always seen in those last 3 games, maybe minus the Missouri game? And yes, the defense was there. And then we saw this winning formula, the thing that broke the losing streak, the SEC losing streak. And in 3 of the last 4 games, the 3 that Arkansas won, that was the common theme. You start off with really good defense. It allows the offense to get going, the running game, and then Brandon Allen gets his arm going. Arkansas scored a grand total of 3 points in the first quarter. Didn't look good, but the defense was there. Then all of a sudden, he's got a couple of touchdown passes. The defense gets a touchdown. Next thing you know, you're up big. So I think we've seen a formula for the future, which Brett Bielema has talked about all along, which it starts with defense, and then you got to have a running game, but you also have to have a passing game. And they had all of that last night, and it really was that common theme in the 3 wins that they had at the end of the year.
Really a clean game for Arkansas. Only 2 penalties the entire game, 0 turnovers. Conversely speaking, Texas had 2 turnovers. We talked about it during the pregame show, Mike. The team that turned the ball over the least would win the game, and they did. Let's talk about next year. You got Brandon Allen coming back. He's looking as good as we've ever seen him. Jonathan Williams made the decision to come back. You got a lot of the defensive players back. Point is that there's a lot to look forward to. Can they compete to win the West next year?
I think they can, and when you talk about things to look forward to, I was in the Texas Longhorn press conference last night. They don't have much to look forward to. That was depressing because I remembered last year when Arkansas was kind of in that situation. And yes, you have this legacy now that's been passed along by this senior class. Trey Flowers plays his last game. Martrell Spate plays his last game. But those guys sort of handed off the baton. They helped start it and provide the leadership. And now they're handing it off to another group of seniors. And this is the way Brett Bielema runs a football program. And so we're through that rough patch. I talked to a writer very familiar with Arkansas situation and Texas situation when we got back here at the hotel after the game, because this is the media headquarters, and he said, I can't believe the progress this football program, the Arkansas program, has made in just 2 short years. When you go back to that John L. Smith year, which it looked like it might take 5, 6, 7 years to turn this thing around. So incredible progress in 2 years.
And it's not like it just happened last night in the Texas Bowl or just against LSU or Ole Miss. You think about the Texas A&M game. You think about that game against Mississippi State or Alabama. 3 wins that got away from Arkansas. Really could have been a 10-win team this year, and I think that you're building a solid foundation. Would you agree that Brett Bielema is doing it the right way, and it's not just a microwave world where it's going to happen overnight? We only got about 10 seconds.
Doing it with character, guys like Trey Flowers who provide the leadership and then pass it on. Yes.
All right, so senior Razorback analyst Mike Irwin. I'm Aaron Peters. Arkansas wins 31-7 over Texas last night. They'll be heading back today to Arkansas with the Texas Bowl trophy in tote. And that's a good feeling if you're a Razorback fan, the whole Razorback Nation in hog heaven. Back to you.
Oh, Aaron, thanks. I think he's on us.